Hi. So far, we have looked at what are the things, requirements, eligibility, selection process, all these details for PhD in India. Now, we'll be looking at what are the selection process for PhD abroad. Especially, there are lots of students these days who are interested in going for a PhD program in countries like US, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. And they're quite confused where to start from. So we'll be looking at that in detail here. Let's begin. Starting off, before applying for any foreign universities or any universities abroad, one should have a clear idea on what is their research area, what is their research topic, and what are the things that they are looking to explore from that particular research topic. So let's say that a student is interested in doing their PhD program in any university in US or UK. They'll be preparing a very impressive research proposal wherein they'll be mentioning all the details that are required in the research proposal using a typolymer strategy. We have here always advised students to follow the typolymer strategy so that there is no rejection to your research proposal. Also, typolymer strategy is one strategy that is accepted globally. So once you prepare your research proposal, all you have to do is contact your consultant and send all your documents, whether it is your LOR, SOP, your educational documents, your passport, all the documents that are normally required for a study abroad admission. Along with that, please do send your research proposal. Now what happens is, it is now the headache of the consultant or the duty of the consultant to identify a right guide for you and a right university for you. And normally the admission process for a research program, whether it is MSc by research, MRS, all these programs including the PhD program, the decision making is a bit time taking process for all the universities. Normally they would take roughly around 2 to 3 months to let you know whether they have accepted or rejected your application. So once this process is done, again the next one would be your conditional offer letter. So in the conditional offer letter, the university would mention certain details, certain conditions that you need to fulfill so that you can successfully get the unconditional offer letter, which in turn guarantees you the admission. So once you fulfill all the conditions required, you get an unconditional offer letter, after which you will further proceed with the enrollment process. So meanwhile, after the admission process, there is one more thing in the selection part, which is the interview part. There are few areas wherein all the guides or dean research across the globe, any university across the globe, are quite keen on. One is, what is your research experience? Do you have any dissertation experience in your master's degree or anything which matches the research experience requirement? Normally, if you're having an MSc by research degree, MRS degree, all these counts as research experience. So it will be having additional impact in your profile if you're having these degrees, or if you're someone who's completed his masters from the US or UK, you might have had dissertation during your master's degree. You can show that to your guide or the dean research. Again, that adds more value to your profile. And the second one would be, what is the motivation behind this particular research? See, when you are explaining these things to your guide or the dean research, you should have a convincing answer so that even the guide or the dean research, they have no other options other than to accept you. So when you're communicating that this is my research area, this is my research topic, the reason behind it should be so convincing. So convincing in the sense that it should have an end goal to contribute to the society, contribute to humanity, improve the quality of life of the people around us. So these are the little things that students should give importance while they explain the motivation of their research. The third point would be research interest. Why this is important is, when you're submitting your research proposal to your guide, the research area of the student or the research interest of the student should match with the research interest of the guide or the research expertise of the guide. When these two things align, only then the guide will be able to give you inputs regarding your research. So this is one area that the guide will be insisting, because he needs to give you inputs throughout the course duration. So if he has to give it, he should have ample knowledge about the same stuff. This is the third point. And the fourth point is your career aspiration. What are the things you're planning in your career after the PhD program? What are the aspirations the student has once they complete their PhD program? They can either go for an academic career, they can go for an industry-backed career. All these options are applicable there. The student can explain this to the Dean Research. These are the four important points that you need to address while giving the interview process. And these are quite important, because if you fail to answer these questions properly, then you are not gonna get enrolled for a PhD program in universities abroad. So once students complete all these process, they are going to get their conditional, and after that unconditional. After that, they can start off with their visa process, and post which they can fly to their desired destination. These are the things that you need to be aware of while applying for PhD programs abroad. If you have any questions regarding PhD enrollment in India or abroad, or if you're looking for any support on the same, all you have to do is visit the website mentioned below and contact our team. They'll be more than happy to help you out. Thank you so much for watching.